Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I haven't uploaded a video in a while because I have been struggling. I was working on replacing the transmission fluid and I drained the old fluid. I just collected some of it to see what it looks like. When I was filling it back in, I got a really bad leak. And it turns out that the slow leak I was getting was from the axle seal. So now I have to replace the axle seal. And this is my first time doing a transmission flush and an axle seal, so I've been getting parts and doing research, and I think I know what I need to do, so I hope nothing goes wrong. The first thing you need to loosen is the axle nut. That's this thing right here. That is a 32 millimeter. Make sure you use a 6-point socket instead of the 12-point because you're gonna need all the leverage you can get. Next step is to loosen the caliper bolts, which are those two right there. And the next one to remove is the ball joint nut right there. My advice is to put some WD-40 on there so that it can come off easily. Alright, after that, you release the linkage to the sway bar, which is this 13 millimeter nut. The next thing is to release the ball joint from the knuckle. This will require a lot of hammering. I've been hammering for about 30 minutes. And you can see now it is loose. So I'm gonna remove this nut completely out of the way so I can push the control arm down. And the ball joint is finally out. I put some strap on this part right here and I just kept pulling and it came loose. So the next part, theoretically, I should be able to pull the axle right out. Now that my axle is loose from the ball joint, get a pry bar and pry the axle out of the transmission. I don't have a pry bar, so I'm gonna see what I can come up with. Okay, I guess you don't need a pry bar, you just have to pull it out. Alright, so now that the axle is out of the way, I have the seal in my view. So you need to use one of these. It's an axle seal puller, and hopefully this will come out without any issues. Oh man, finally got it out. As you can see, it's been mangled pretty badly. This is quite possibly the worst part of this job, I would say. I definitely couldn't have done it without the seal popper. Alright, so the reason mine is mangled like this is because I was trying to pry it out with this outer lip. I don't know if you can see, but I was trying to pull it out from here, but you actually need to pull it out. You need to grab the inner ring, but not inner ring without scratching the mating surface. So if you do this, it should be fine, but I was kind of doing this. So make sure you put the tip in all the way. As for putting in the new seal, first thing is to grease it up with new oil so it prevents leaking. Second one is to put it in the freezer for a few hours so the metal shrinks and so it'll be easier to put in. And the third tip is to use the old seal against it when you put it in, and so you can hammer it without damaging the new seal. Alright, so several minutes of hammering, the new seal is back in. So officially this is the end of replacing the seal. I just need to put everything back together. Alright, so I put all the suspension bits back together. I just need to put the brakes and the wheel back on. But it's pretty late right now. It's like 1 a.m. and it's super cold. So I'm gonna wrap up this video here. For the next video, I'm gonna fill the transmission fluid back in, and hopefully I can take the car out on the road if it stops snowing, and do some pulls and show you guys all the horsepower. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it helped, and I'll see you guys on the next one.